While The Big Bang Theory was popular, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage can hold on to young Sheldon's best advantages over its predecessor. By The Big Bang Theory's finale, the show had become one of the biggest sitcoms on television. This was a pretty impressive achievement for a series that focused on a group of self-proclaimed nerds whose interests seemed to diverge from the mainstream. However, since The Big Bang Theory's run coincided with the birth of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the beginning of HBO's Game of Thrones adaptation, the sitcom may have been perfectly timed. The Big Bang Theory became a hit around the same time that traditionally nerdy interests became more accessible, resulting in the show's massive popularity. In contrast, its first spin-off, Young Sheldon, took an entirely different approach to the world of science, Star Trek, and sci-fi fandom. Young Sheldon's cast of characters were mostly small-town Texans who had no interest in these subjects, making Sheldon a fish out of water in his hometown throughout his childhood and adolescence. The contrast between Sheldon's personality and his hometown was young Sheldon's main appeal, since this explained the basis of his superior attitude. Georgie and Mandy's spin-off continues young Sheldon's more relatable premise. Young Sheldon's plots weren't as far-fetched as the Big Bang Theory stories. Now, young Sheldon's upcoming spin-off Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage aims to expand the universe of the series further. This spin-off will center on Sheldon's brother Georgie and his wife Mandy, who married shortly before young Sheldon ended. Viewers already know that Georgie and Mandy's pairing eventually ends in a separation thanks to Georgie's mention of an ex-wife in The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, The Sibling Realignment. Despite this, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has a relatable premise centered on an ordinary small-town family, a popular part of young Sheldon's appeal that The Big Bang Theory lacked. It is not yet clear how big a role young Sheldon's Mary plays in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, but the title of the series alone proves the show will center on two young newlyweds trying to make their marriage work. This is a more relatable and quotidian central conceit than The Big Bang Theory story, which focused on a struggling actor and a group of scientific geniuses. Howard went to space in The Big Bang Theory and Sheldon won a Nobel Prize, whereas most episodes of Young Sheldon saw George Sr. coach a football game or Mary host a church potluck. How young Sheldon's relatable stories set it apart from The Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon's family focus made its world feel more grounded. Young Sheldon's relatable storylines allowed the show to feel more grounded and rooted in reality than its predecessor. Not all of Young Sheldon's storylines worked, but the show rarely struggled with plot lines feeling too far-fetched to be believable. In contrast, it was harder to relate to The Big Bang Theory's heroes. Their lives also felt somewhat contradictory, as Penny's failure to find work as an actor was believable if bleak, whereas Sheldon's feud with Stephen Hawking was cartoonishly unlikely. Luckily, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage won't face this The Big Bang Theory problem thanks to young Sheldon.